it's the Doll Circle, and we have a special guest again, Clawdeena.
Hello, Clawdeena 9 here.
When someone's in town, you gotta use them for as many videos that day as humanly possible.
Listen, I feel it.
So today we're just literally doing a doll chat. I know everybody always comments missing doll chats with Robin and with Clawdeena. So today, since Clawdeena's here and these new Rainbow High dolls are out, we figured let's do a doll chat where we just sit and talk about them. This is not a sponsored video because these two I actually was lucky enough to find in our toy hunt today. So we have Ruby and Sunny. So we're just gonna open them up and kind of just talk more about Rainbow High, since that's really been hot this past few weeks with the release and with them coming out and people finding them and people not finding them and people wanting them, and then something different for the doll world because dolls have been kind of sad the past
It's been very dry.
Yeah.
Very dry.
Very hard to besides, in my opinion, besides the LOL OMG dolls, I haven't been hunting for dolls recently.
They're all so
past
ugly.
year.
They're also ugly. The only ones that I purchased was LOL OMG and now these, and you know, I'm just a little crazy, so I will purchase new releases as they come. So I bought all of Cave Club. I can't even really. I got Snapstar and Wild Heart, or was it Wild? No, Wild Heart's Crew.
But that was last year. You have to literally think that was last July. So it's been a year since those dolls.
Any new dolls?
No, I've been buying other random obscure dolls online, which I need to do videos on of me finding weird things on Amazon. Just because there hasn't been stuff in the store. The doll aisles are so tiny and bleak. So I'm glad when I see these, and cue to my other video where they sent me this gorgeous PR package. This is a doll that I would stop on an aisle and go, whoa, what is that? Because it's so different and it's so pretty, and the packaging alone, regardless of how you feel about the doll, is pretty. It's to me a stopper. I see it and I'm like, oh wow, it just looks expensive for being at a $26.99 price point, which some people may say is high, but in my opinion, for what you're getting, is worth it.
See, what I mentioned in my video with the $26 price point is it's just it's inflation. Back in the day, Brats were $16 and then they became $20 and that was just the norm. So I think that this is just, it's price inflation. One day dolls are going to be $50 and that's going to be the equivalent to the $16 that they were in the early 2000s. So
and even before that, I have Barbies, because I have a lot of vintage, well, they're vintage now, Barbies, and a lot of them have the stickers on it, and you're like, oh my god, $8.99, that's crazy.
That's a steal.
Yeah, I know. Now I look
back then it was $8.99 for a Barbie.
Yeah, and you have to think they came with all of them came with brushes, they all came with their pumps, they all came with beautiful thick rooted hair, and I'm looking now at a Barbie and I'm like, they're $25. So just to think but I agree, plastic costs and just in general inflation and everything else, it does affect literally everything from your rent to your dolls. So I guess we'll just start opening them, which I normally don't open up on camera. I mentioned that in my other video, but I think we should just open and talk.
Do you have scissors?
Yes. Okay. If you guys are using scissors and you're under the age of 18, please ask your parent. We don't want anyone to lose an eye or a finger. And then blame the doll circle.
Under 18 is the age?
I don't know. I'm just saying that.
I was going to say, under 18, I was like, I can't use it if I'm 17. I'm not allowed to use scissors. But I mean, let's just play it safe.
I'm just covering anybody who's not legally an adult in most states and countries. I'm just covering my bases.
That's fair.
I don't know. What is that? Is it a 13? I think it's 13.
For me, it's scissors. Do you care if I mess this up? Because I do not want to mess up your doll box.
Oh no, you can. I'm gonna throw the box out.
Okay.
Hey, I just cover my bases because I don't want that one person who's my under 18-year-old child cut their finger off watching a doll circle video because she saw you holding scissors, and I'll be like, oh no, how are you so fast? You're always so fast. You literally, if there was a doll opening box competition, which would be really fun if we did a doll Olympics, you would win.
Well, what can I say?
Many talents that you have.
I think I just am very aggressive with opening up the doll boxes.
I'm not. I think that's my problem. I'm not very aggressive with my doll openings. I'm very innocent. Wait, I don't want to rip her open.
Depends on the day.
I know. I feel if I'm having a bad day, I'm like, let me rip this doll out. It's therapeutic though. It is. Sometimes I shoot unboxing videos if I'm having a bad day. See.
Thoughts fresh out the box.
See, they all have that same smell. What's that smell? It's that whatever plastic they use, it has a very particular plastic smell, and it reminds me of a doll I've had before, and I don't know what it is. So if you guys unbox these and you smell them, what is that product that I'm smelling, or doll?
Plastic?
Yeah, but it's a particular kind of plastic that I've smelled in other dolls and other products before, and I don't know what it is, but I'm smelling it right now.
It's rainbow scented.
Oh, Why would they? Ooh, that'd be kind of interesting. They're scented.
What is the scent of rainbow?
I don't know, but you said it. Now I want to smell.
It's just like probably
Lucky
sugary.
Charm. Ah! Sorry. It's okay. One of the little plastic things, like we. Can I get that in slow motion? Keep replay, please. See, this is why we have to have warnings in front of the thing. Not for the children, for the ones over 18. Okay.
All right, ready?
You always do that. You ripped her hand off.
But they're like, all my dolls are in great condition, to be fair.
You ripped her elbow out.
Her elbow? They don't come out?
Yeah, but you ripped her out. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. I think it is fine. It just looked like it got ripped out. I'm over here gently cutting mine out. Therapeutic. This is very, see, this is my therapy. It's like cutting them out slowly.
This is my therapy. I'm letting out all my aggression. Just like...
Ruby's like, what did I ever do to you? Did you just rip her hand out?
No. Oh my gosh, no. You're right there.
Bailey's in the back laughing.
We have a little laugh track, a live studio audience.
That would be so
Here
funny.
is Ruby. Ruby is my personal favorite. I just think that her hair color and face-up combo really complements one another in contrast to some of the other Rainbow High dolls. Her makeup is very
person
neutral.
does she remind you of?
She remind you. Like, could I look at her?
Me when I had
like
red hair?
Like, maybe not the outfit. I can see you wearing this type of... This is not necessarily your style. Maybe she was in all black, then...
Oh.
You also don't wear hats. I don't think I've ever seen you in a cap like this.
No, I don't wear baseball hats. I love witch hats and weird vintage hats. Those are the only hats I wear, is like really weird hats.
So if they come out with a Halloween-themed Ruby, then
Okay, I'm waiting. So Shadow to me was one of the only like
Goth
OMG dolls. If LOL, you're listening. If you do like a witch doll for Halloween... I know it would sell because so many people always like comment on things. I read all the comments, and obviously I'm really into like the goth community. I know that sounds super strange, but like I know it would sell. I would buy all like a trick or treat surprise box, and it comes in like a pumpkin, and you open it up, and there's like a doll with like little sisters in it and stuff, and they go
need to
trick or
pay
treating.
you for all of these ideas.
Oh, I got sketches. You want to hire me? Done.
So she has a red leather bustier. It reminds me of the 2018 Bratz. It's very reminiscent of Jade. And then underneath she has a sparkle Supreme. It's basically the Supreme box logo tee. So she kind of has that like skater vibe. She has, I plan on doing some type of video where I go over the references to all the different fashion puns and brands that they've done because there is a lot. I can't tell where these pants are from.
I feel like so many...
I've seen these somewhere. Some designer has done pants like these and I
don't
can't tell. But if y'all recognize what pants these designer, or which designer these pants are inspired by, let us know down below.
Yeah, I feel like that's one thing with MGA. I keep saying LOL. MGA, when it comes to Rainbow High and OMGs, they take a lot of things from popular culture. So, like, Jade looks like Billie Eilish. You know, I mean, to me, like, 100%. We all say it. We all say it. We know it's true. And, like, you know, even with their LOL dolls, they take a lot of inspiration. Like, the one that looks like Justin Timberlake that I keep saying looks like Justin Timberlake off the New Boy line.
That 4-pack.
Yeah.
Lady Gaga, Melanie Martinez, Billie Eilish, Janet Jackson. All, like, you can just see it.
And I love that, though. I love it because that, especially someone who's older, then I'm like, oh, Janet Jackson, yes, represent the Janet. You know what I mean? Like, but I would think like a kid who doesn't know all that would just be like, oh, that doll looks really cool. So I like that they're hitting different markets, so the older collectors would also want that too, but then also the younger bracket is like, oh, that's Billie Eilish. So they're relating to multiple different demographics, multiple different styles,
even with
things.
Like the Madonna-inspired one, like they have Madonna, and then they have...
I'm so excited for that.
Kind of... Yeah.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Everyone say hi to Bailey. Bailey walked away. So yeah, no, I'm like, I don't know if I like her with her baseball cap forward. She's ready for the game.
Very like...
I don't know. I like these boots. These definitely... Did you already say that these look like the Jade ones from the 2018 release? Did you already say that?
I didn't say that, but I have seen people say that.
Yes, it does. These boots look like the ones from the 2018 Jade, the re-release Bratz, whatever you want to call it. That's what these look like.
These are Vetements. These are inspired by Vetements, I believe, is the designer who originally created these boots. That's what I'm seeing, if I'm not mistaken.
I like it a lot. And I like this jacket. It looks so cute.
Yeah, I love, and even just the details on the back, like they don't have to put the logo on the back because you can't really see it unless you're looking at the back, but they did.
Oh yeah, but look at this one, like going on to Sunny, like
hers is so nice.
This is the best back of a jacket I have ever seen. It's so pretty. It's so cute. Like I love this jacket. This jacket's amazing.
Oh, yours is good.
Her earrings though is the same as Jade's, just in a different color. So they did repeat at least one accessory that I've noticed.
I'm trying to think. The earrings, they repeated the star earrings as well on Amaya and Violet. And then for yours, a lot of people have been talking about the hole that is in her head and can the hair cover it. Well, yours actually like already covers it. There's no gel in that one, so hers just came flawless out the box.
I love that. She's honestly, I agree, one of my favorites. Like, I didn't think she was going to be, but she's really, really pretty. I like the hair in the curls. I know everybody's been brushing it out, but I like the curls in the hair.
I agree. I agree completely.
I'm not going to brush mine out, just in case anyone's wondering. You know, and then this one, obviously, I'm not brushing it because it's already straight. I do like Sunny's, though, overall makeup and bangs. Like, these are probably the two most, like, perfect I've seen, like, where they don't look messed up, because I've seen some people saying that they look a little messed up, but I love the space buns, look perfect on her hair. Her hair is so soft on the back, surprisingly, and I love her overall makeup, and she is one of the darker skin toned. Is she as dark as Skylar? I think she's one shade lighter than Skylar.
I
think so.
I think she's a little darker.
Is she? Hold on, we're getting some Skylar. We're gonna see, because I don't know.
But
they are the two darkest two, though.
She is, you know, the same as 4 of the other girls. So that's something that everyone has been discussing, is not a very wide range of skin tone diversity.
Oh yeah, they are.
So this one looks a little lighter, and she has no highlighter in her face. There's no like
where
pearlescent.
Yeah, there is.
In comparison to these.
Yeah, in comparison, but she still has highlighter. Look, it's very light. It's very sheer. But see the skin tone differences, if you guys can see. Yeah, she's definitely a little
bit darker.
Not as tan. Like I agree with what you were saying. What were we saying this already? Where that, like, I would like to have seen more diversity, and I'm sad that they didn't do that. And I feel like MGA should have like learned that already, because they're such a good brand with creating so many products, so many dolls so fast. Like, why would they just not do that? I wonder, do you think someone just forgot? Or do you think there was another?
I would hope not.
Or I mean, not to say it sound mean, but like, do you think like maybe there was like there was one and it just didn't fit the release of the 6, and they're like, you know, we'd rather do 6 and then we'll save that one to come out later for like wave 2. I don't know, like that someone had to have said that before. Like, there's no way that they just didn't think about that.
The only way that I could see the reason that there is a lack of diversity in the skin tone alone is their targeted demo. Like, if they're trying to target a certain country or like overseas, like if they're looking at their track record of the dolls that sell, like maybe dolls of different skin tones don't sell as well. But personally, I just feel like it's 2020. Like, I feel like passing over how well the dolls sell, because I feel like the black dolls in LOL OMG have proven to sell very well.
Oh yeah,
they're always so rare. Like 24 karat DJ is so rare. Even Felicia in Bratz, like people constantly ask for them to make a newer Felicia because they only released 2 in the entire line, and she is one of the most expensive Bratz dolls. So I think that outside of just the diversity in skin tone that I was trying to convey in my video was different types of hair types. Like, they all kind of have that same curled hair look. They all have purple, blue, or green eyes. Like, I would love to have seen a little bit more diversity in their eye colors. A lot of people were saying things about their face shape. I personally don't mind there being a lack of diversity in the face shapes, just because it reminds me of like Powerpuff Girls. Like, you know, anyone could look like a Powerpuff Girls if you recolor them.
Because I'm not taking the outfits out of these, because I really like them like this displayed. Like, this is, to me, like, makes me think of like Hard Rock or like Hall of Fame or something. And then the outfits just sit like that in the display. Because that's one thing that they were saying. Like, I was watching like the one MJ like stream when they were showing this, and they were saying like that's why the boxes came like that, so you could display your outfits in them later. And I was like, that's really cool. That makes me think of, like, again, high-end brands do that all the time.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that. I thought that was a good little extra.
You know, you can put these on the hanger.
Honestly, I really do like her. I wanted to get a second of one of them just to like redo. So I'm probably gonna get a second redo them.
Here you go. But yeah, I mean, there have been a few leaks of Wave 2, and I'm still not seeing a lot of diversity in there.
Well,
even
there's
just
only
the
three,
hair
right?
types.
You only saw three.
They only leaked the 3, and I hope that just some type of variety. One thing that even bothers me with OMG is always having bangs and pigtails. I think I counted one day, and half of the line has bangs and or pigtails. So
why aren't they doing a short-haired doll? Like, the only short-haired one is Angles, I think, is the only one with shorter hair.
And then Neon. Neon has the 2 fringes in the front, but her hair is like a bob.
Like, I would like to see them with more variety in their hairstyles, so that not all of them are all in the same hairstyle. Like, I don't get that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I get maybe it just sells better. Maybe people like the cutesy pigtail look, which I do. Personally, I really do. I think it's really sweet, but I don't want it in all of my dolls. Like,
agreed. I like it. I just think it's like not oversaturated with that particular look, because even when you see the 4-pack and you have like that Janet Jackson style where it's like a big mohawk, I think that looks really, really cool, and I'm excited for it. I know a lot of people are going to restyle it and make it straight.
Because I always like having a duplicate of one, because it's like, if I have a duplicate of one, I can like redress her and mess her up and do something.
Same.
And then I have all of my other dolls just like perfectly lined up straight across, like on a shelf.
Same.
Which now my OMG/LOL shelf is now going to have to be an MGA shelf, which is so weird, because normally when I do my dolls, I don't do them by brand. I'm actually going to have to buy a second shelf to expand my LOL OMG, which now will be a MGA shelf.
Well, I'm excited to see it displayed because it looks very nice over here. I know y'all can't see, but it does look very nice.
It's very messy. I need to redo the shelf. But now, like, it's so weird that I'm actually, like, this brand is creating so many dolls that I want that I literally need to buy shelves just for the brand.
I'm excited to see.
I know. It's like, basically, this is like our interview. It's like, MGA, I heard you're hiring. I would like to work. We would like to be a part of your design team. We have many ideas, especially for your fall line. And
Fall 2021.
I know. I'd love it. Please hire us. No, yeah. And even this skirt, I feel like every time I see these outfits, I think of like things you would wear.
They're very like they're
brand.
very much my style.
Yeah, I do. I love it. I do.
I mean, I'm not wearing Supreme, but
if you were though, like, you would be matching it, because I think, don't you have some Supreme stuff? I feel like you do.
I have some of the sweaters. So
yeah, see, this is you. These are your children.
these are my children. This is how I would style my children for sure.
How tall? You compared these to Barbie, right? And Monster High in the height.
They're shorter than Barbie, taller than OMG, and approximately the same height as Monster High.
But I'm interested now, like, now that the dolls are hitting the shelves and they're going out beyond PR and they're going out, like, I want to see what everybody really feels about them. Like, is the only negative thing that they don't have diversity? Honestly, I know that's still awful, but I'm saying as a brand that's still pretty good. If you only have one negative, it's a really bad negative, it's a really big negative. But in like a doll line though, at least they're not like, oh my god, the shoes are ugly and the hair is ugly and the arms are falling off and there's no diversity and the bucks. No, like they're pretty good. I'm just sad if they had diversity in the line, I think I would literally have no complaints.
Yeah.
I literally would have no complaints. Like I would, and that's hard for any toy and doll line, because like there's always something we don't like. You know what I mean? You can't make everybody happy, of course. But I feel like, I hope they fix that. Are you guys watching? Series 2, Wave 2. Gotta have some diversity in that skin tone, because that was one thing that really, really did bother me too when I saw the picture. I was like, something's missing in this lineup.
And even, again, like, even exceeding just the skin tone, having different eye colors and hairstyles, like, they all have purple, blue eyes. I mean, these 3 actually do have different eye colors.
Yeah, this one's green.
But none of them are, like, brown or I don't really know any other eye color.
But maybe, I think that's going to defend that, though. Why I think they have the weird colored eyes is because it's a rainbow line, so it's rainbow. And in their universe, maybe they don't have just a blue or brown eye.
To me, I feel like that's exclusionary. I feel like that's exclusionary to, like, be like, oh, you can't go to this luxury school if you have this particular feature.
Not that, but, like, I was thinking, like, because you know how, like, some dolls, like, if you look, I'm trying to look at all the dolls now, like, not all of them just have brown, like, realistic looking eye colors. I think they have, like, different ones. So I would still like to see a brown
orange,
eye.
if they're, like, orange toned or something different than, like, these typically Eurocentric features.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I'm not, again, the eye color thing doesn't really bother me. I didn't even really notice that. I thought they were really pretty eyeballs, actually.
No, they're really pretty. They're definitely very pretty. I just feel like they're lacking in diversity.
Yeah, I feel like they do, I think, only have 3 to 4 eye color choices on that, right?
Because these 2 have purple, these
Jade
2
is
have green, and then those 2 have blue. So they all kind of, like,
That might have been for cost. I don't know
Compliment.
how much inset eyes cost. That's why a lot of brands probably don't do them. A lot of them just paint them on. So maybe for cost, they were like, well, we can only afford 3 different eye colors, and that's all the dolls are getting.
MG ain't got money. They could afford it.
That's true.
They could afford it.
That's true. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Which is why, again, I'm surprised that they don't have more skin tones, because I'm like, I know you guys can afford that. You guys have done it in other doll brands. I mean, perfect example being OMG. So it's like, why did they not just do that?
Agreed.
Again, if they did that, then I would have no complaints, and then you guys would have like a perfect score.
I saw that people were saying the same thing with Na Surprise. I'm not sure if these are by the same designers or the same person manages or oversees both of these brands, but that was a similar issue to these. Again, it could be just hitting different demographics or what their goal is for the line. I'm not really sure
Which
what
I'm
their
surprised
targeted
that
audience
too.
is.
I feel like No. Like, from a design aspect, do they think it won't look aesthetically pleasing? Then that's really sad, in my opinion. It's like, why would you not do that? Because I see the Nanas are like that, like clothy material.
Yeah,
so
they're, like,
maybe.
plush looking.
You know, again, I'm not defending them, but I'm saying maybe that particular material, they tested a darker skin tone on it, and it just doesn't look good for a material, not for diversity, not for people, but like for the actual, and that to me is an awful reason not to make something. But they had to, because I'm sitting here, I'm like, they had to have tested it. They had to have tested it. These brands can't go, you know what? Only white dolls. Like, no, they had to have sat there and tested that out.
Of course. Yeah, no, they
and
definitely...
it had, to me, I think, I'm not defending it. It had to have been something with the material or the dye or whatever to make that didn't look right.
To me, like, I say the same thing about makeup. Then if you can't get it right, then don't release it.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about lipsticks and eyeshadows. If you have to put a disclaimer like, oh, well, this doesn't work because this is really hard to make, then wait until you perfect it.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about
Do you think they were trying
anything.
to rush these out for this year then? Maybe
these don't seem rushed in any aspect of in any
I don't
sense
feel like
of
they're
the word.
rushed at all, and I feel like I feel like maybe they just, I don't want to say the word didn't care. Maybe they were just like, these dolls will sell anyways.
I hope that they address. I doubt they'll address it.
Yeah,
but
I don't think so either.
I hope that in some way that they have a response to it by releasing a more diverse lineup.
Yeah. I hope Wave 2 that they do that.
And I guess we'll see how well they sell too, because naturally I think most doll collectors really enjoy these dolls because they are of such a high quality. But I guess we'll see how well they hit their targeted demo, because I'm not sure what their targeted demo is.
They didn't send me any paperwork on that at all, so I don't know. Like, and I guess I'm picking on the diversity thing. We're picking on that, but just like in my other review of the other 3, like, I really like them. I am really happy with them. I feel like for $26.99 is such a good, like, I'm excited about it. Someone on Instagram literally just messaged me now where they were like, oh my gosh, like, because I posted a picture of hunting, and I was like, oh my gosh, a doll worth hunting for. And I feel like this doll, regardless of the issues, still is something worth hunting for, in my opinion.
Yes,
I'm still really excited about it, and like I said, besides the diversity complaint, I really don't have any. This doll would have a perfect score in my board, and that's very hard for me because, like,
I would say the only other thing is originally I wasn't in love with their faces, but I think similarly to OMG, because everyone was like, oh, the faces on OMG are so odd. The more you look at them, I think that you become desensitized to this kind of caricature type style.
It's like the Funko Pops. At first, I remember when those first came out, and people were like, "Those are weird. They have no like soul. They have no expression."
Yes.
And now they're literally, well, now they're not as much. Their sales have gone down, but at one point was $1 billion. Like
there's a Funko of everything. Everything has a Funko.
There is. Like, so at this point, it's like, I think I agree, the desensitizing, and also, to me, with the OMG, I was initially like a little on them, and then after I started staring at them, just like with these, I've been staring at them now for like a couple days, and I'm like, I like them even better. Like, I feel more connected with them, maybe because I'm staring at them more. I don't know.
I think that
they're
just
staring
human
in the
nature.
muscle with their green, blue, purple eyes.
The more you look at it, like, you just get, I think, desensitized, or you become accustomed to it. And I think that their test run with OMG, I'm not sure when these were designed or like in production, but with OMG, I think they noticed that people care more about quality over the actual look of the doll, because again, you know, people looked at OMG and were like, oh, these faces are so weird, but that caveat was bypassed by the amount of fashion and quality that was provided by the line. I think similarly to these, like, people are overlooking something that they might not typically want to purchase in this face, but then you see the fashion and you're like, Gotta have it.
This one versus the OMG, like, this was my first, like, I actually liked her face first.
Yeah,
on these dolls.
remember that was your favorite one.
Versus, but just in general, like, the doll line, I like their faces initially first more than the OMG dolls. Because when I saw the OMG dolls, the fashions and the quality sucked me in, and then I got used to the face. This one, as soon as I saw the faces, I was like, I really want to see those in person. And so I was the opposite. I liked their faces first on these. Like, I thought their eye, like, I love anything with, I'm an inset eye person, so if something has inset eyes, I'll buy it. And so that's immediately what sold to me was the inset eyes on these. Like, I was like, doll with inset eyes, and it has articulated elbows, done. And that's immediately why I wanted it. So for me, this was an easy sale for me. I was like, oh, you got two things that I like, I'm buying it. And it came with the doll stand.
Yeah, the dolls, and the doll stand, I will say that OMG, their first line, the stands are still a little bit flimsy, but these are like right off the bat. Like, such an interesting way that they designed this because it doesn't really snap in.
And it says rainbow too, right on it. Like, I never noticed that on the last, see, as I'm reviewing these longer, like more things, like it says rainbow on the outside. I love that. Like, it's like a tiny little detail. I wonder if I could paint that with gold paint or something.
Ooh,
just added a little like brushing to it, you know, like now that I've been painting doll shoes recently, that's been my whole other like venture I've been doing now. Learning to paint doll shoes, like, But see, these are so nice, I don't need to paint them.
Yeah, these are already like
these are
good.
So nice. I don't need. Isn't that? See, I know, and again, I know why other brands aren't doing more details. They just don't have the money. I get it, but then I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna buy it if it's not got detail and quality. I don't buy things anymore. That I need to stop doing that because sometimes I would buy stuff because I was like, oh, it's cute, and now I'm like, no, like unless it's got. Because
MG has come out with so much, like I kind of regret buying Cave Club because I'm like that was money that I could have put towards things that I really enjoy. And I will say that, you know, these toy brands have some stiff competition now from at least me as a consumer, because I'm gonna have to
as a collector, like these are setting the bar for a lot of other doll lines because it's like, yes, a 5-year-old will play with a lot of things, and regardless of the quality, they'll still enjoy it because they're like, that looks cute and I'll just play with it. But there is a mass group of collectors and there is a mass group of older people, like anyone over the age of 13, that buy dolls. And I'm sorry, when I saw these in these little boxes, I was like, I'm gonna have these on a little shelf and they're gonna be on displayed and it's gonna be so cute. And that's a big part of who buys a lot of toys nowadays. So it makes me sad that they're just not like aware of that. Like, are they not aware of that?
It's so interesting because the same way that like with I know I keep saying this, but coming from the makeup industry, I realized that there's a lot that as a consumer I didn't realize. So I can't even assume as to why brands aren't making things that appeal to a more mature demographic.
Yeah.
But I would assume that it's because they like think maybe that it won't sell, or they see that the margins for a younger demographic is much larger than if they were to sell to an older demographic. But I feel like OMG like really proved that wrong because the amount of quality that they provided, and I'm assuming that they're selling really well because they continue to release more and more.
I feel like like this OMG Series 3, and then like a day later I was like, you're seeing pictures of like the Rainbow High dolls, and then you're seeing pictures of like the LOL RC car, and then you're seeing pictures, I'm like and then you're seeing the pictures of like the little arcade ones which came out of nowhere, and then like, so I'm literally sitting here going, what else is there? Like, what else is MGA just going, hold on a second, like, I'm just like, it's like they're like attacking us with product and we're just like on the ground, like it's just like so much happening. And so I'm surprised. I think they're gonna do well. They already have leaked pictures, so we know it's coming out. And I feel like with the OMG dolls, those are just gonna keep going at least for another year, probably until
at least.
I think eventually it's gonna die out because it's gonna be so much, and
that's just the nature of
product. But
toys.
Well, I mean, some brands like look at Monster High lasted almost a decade. So will OMG last that long? I don't know. I feel like they'll have to throw something else in there
technically
to jump it out.
LOL Surprise has already
6 years old?
Is about the same age as Monster High was prior to having to reboot. Monster High rebooted in 2016. So I look at it as like Monster High basically lasted 5 years, and then they rebooted, and that lasted 3-ish years.
Now we're breaking into like other topics, other adult topics. But did they reboot because they were doing, the sales went down, or did they reboot because they're like, oh, these are doing so well, let's reboot it to get in a younger generation?
So that is, I think, part of it.
Controversy.
Part of it was because they lost rights to Disney and they were trying to hit a younger demographic. They were trying to regain that audience. Part of it was because of, like, the Karens, is what everyone says, is, like, the complaints that they were receiving.
Which we're now jumping into, I need to get the link for your video where you talked about, like, Monster High Reboot and all that.
I talked about every
because I feel like you hit a lot of those, like, topics on there, and it's just, like, I don't think LOL or OMG or whatever, you know.
I don't think they'll ever do that.
I don't think they'll ever do that because A, they don't need to, and I feel like if the sales were going down, they would just come up with something.
I feel like the way that they saw that Bratz 2015 win, they will never ever make that mistake again.
Was I the only one that
hope
liked
not.
them? I got so much hate.
Them.
Even to this day, I'll go through comments on those, and people are like, why is she like the 2015 Bratz? I'm like, I did. I don't know why.
I gotta adjust this wig.
I'm not editing that part out. We're leaving that adjustment in there. No, but I feel like there was so much hate towards that. I think it was just the old fans going in and battling it. So I think MJ learned, like, probably not to reboot things anymore. So with this, that's why they're like a fresh start. Like, you know, let's do something new. But honestly, let's all be real though. Rainbow High, go and feel your own fashion. Where are they getting all that from? They're definitely, I think that was a straight jab to Mattel and Monster High. And they're like, be yourself, be unique, be a monster. And then they're like, you're a rainbow, everyone's different. Like, it's a high school where you go to. And I'm like, okay, I see that. But I can't say anything because I like it.
Yeah.
But we know where that all came from.
I think they're very, they're definitely, providing Mattel a lot of competition with this doll line.
Yeah.
Needless to say.
And I hate to say I would be doing the same thing too. If I had money and good designers, I'd be like, what can we do? And then you produce this and you're like, good, I'm glad we did this. You know, it's like and we all know about the CEO and stuff like that. I feel like he's just sitting back going, money. And it's like, my money's in there, like, dink, your money's in there, dink, and he's just like, thank you.
Taking it all, taking every dime.
It is. I love it. I feel like our video is like an hour and a half long. The camera had to restart once at one point on this.
Well, you know, that's what we're here to chat.
I know. This is like fun. I know. It started off with like rainbow, and now it's like everywhere doll chat. I guess we'll end it here. A million things for you guys to listen to. This is going to be really hard to edit this video. Throw in comments below about all the stuff that we talked about and what you think. I guess we'll leave you with the question is, A, do you like Rainbow High, and do you see this lasting longer than 2 waves? Because again, the only reason we're saying 2 waves because we did see leaked pictures.
We guaranteed the second
So, do you think there is longevity with Rainbow High as there is with LOL and OMG? We'll see. We'll see. I think there won't be as long, but I think there will be a little life in this. A little bit.
Yes.
Will I see like a million, like a car and a house in this? Probably not. But I see fashion packs and at least some life out of this line because it is, in my opinion, really good. I like it.
Depending on their media, because they are coming out with the webisodes, I think that will determine how long we're going to see this line last. Because I think that's what made a lot of Monster High was its webisodes and media. So we'll see if this can.
Will the media save Rainbow High? Not save Rainbow. Continue Rainbow High. I think that's a better way of saying it.
Yes.
We'll leave it there. Check out all of our social media and check out our other videos. And you need to try linking some of your videos too because they're really good about Monster High and other topics. And your Rainbow High video where you reviewed Poppy. So lots of good content out there for you guys. And then also check out my Patreon because I need help. All right. Bye guys.
See ya.